What up, Killer Tapes 93? Back with a new hip hop CD pickup video. Hope everybody's doing well. And let's go ahead. Let's get started. First up, we got Apollo Brown, a producer out of Detroit. This is his 7th album, his 7th solo album, and it's called Grandeur. And it dropped back in 2015. And let's go ahead and take a look at the track listing. Got a lot of dope features on it. Got a lot of dope features on this album. Sean P, MOP, Razkaz, Planet Asia comes out, Evidence, Chino XL. Very dope album. I recommend it. Next up, the Beastie Boys CD single, So What You Want. This was a single off their 3rd studio album, Check Your Head, dropped back in 1992. This got some really dope Soul Assassins remix on it from DJ Muggs, and it features Be Real. Really happy to find this. Let's take a look at the tracks. I got the Beasties just chilling on the back. Ad Rock kicking it with the box. Let's see if we can get a focus on the tracks, man. Here we go. So What You Want, Soul Assassin remix version. R.I.P. MCA. Next up, we got Black Moon, Total Eclipse, and it is their 3rd album, and it dropped back in 2003. And the production was handled by the Beat Miners, among a few others. So let's go ahead and check out the track listings on this joint. Black Moon. Let's see if we can get a focus, man, on the tracks. All right, pretty solid album right here. Let's move it. Next, we got Bumby with Trill. It is his debut solo album. It dropped back in 2005. It's got production from Manny Fresh, Mike Dean, Little John, Mr. Collie Park, among others. Caught this joint for $2. So let's go ahead and see if we can check out the track listings. The singles off this album, well, a couple of them that I know of, Get Throwed and Draped Up. A couple of the singles he had off this album. Pretty solid. It was cool. $2, why not, man? I like Bumby. Next up, we got SIBO, The Mob Father, Part 2. This is SIBO's 13th solo album. He's a rapper out of Sacramento, California, and I want to say he's probably one of the most consistent to ever do it, like as far as putting out albums and just putting out solid work. Let's go ahead and take a look at the track listing on the back. Killer Tay, Marvelous, even got a joint with MC8. Tech 9 appears. Cocaine's on the album. E40 Waters. Just another solid effort, man. Next up, Cormega, Born and Raised, an MC out of Queensbridge, New York. This album dropped back in 2009, and it is his 4th studio album. Just what can I say, man? Another solid effort from another solid MC, man. Let's go ahead and he had a lot of dope features on this album too, and he had a lot of dope production on this album, all the way from DJ Premier, Knots, Fizzy Womack, Little Fame of MOP, Easy Mo B, Havoc produced on here. Even LES got a track on here, among others, man. Let's go ahead and check out the track listing. All right, Born and Raised, track listing, the features. Mega Fresh. All right, next up we got the Coop, Kill My Landlord. Dropped back in 1993, and it is the group's debut album. MCs are Boots Riley. He's right there on the left. Then you got E-Rock in the middle. Then you got the DJ Pam, the Funktress. And this album, the production on this album was handled by the group, man. There might be a joint or two that they had help with, but for the most part, it was all produced by them. They had some pretty cool singles off this album, too. Let's take a look at the track listing. All right, so Not Yet Free, Dig It, and Funk were the singles that they had off this album. And they also have a few videos off this album, too, that you can check out. The Coop, Boots, E-Rock, and Pam out of Oakland, California. Very dope debut. Next up, we got the DMZ Project Part 2. It was released back in 2002. It's a various artists album. It's like a compilation. It's got everybody on here, like from Guru. It's got Agala, Craig G, Sadat X. That's just among others, man. It's just got it's a compilation, so it's got a gang of cats on it. It's got production from DJ Premier, The Alchemist. Let's see who's somebody else that produces on here. Easy Mo B even got some production on here, and that's just among others. Let's go ahead and check out the track listing on this. All right, hopefully you can see the track listing, man. You can tell. Big Daddy Kane, Greg Nice is up on here. MC Search, even Big Tigger makes an appearance on here, man. Afu Ra. Beat Miner's got some production on here too. Pretty cool joint, man. Got it for $1.95. Next up, we got Diggable Planets, Beyond the Spectrum, The Creamy Spy Chronicles. I guess you could maybe say this is their third album. It's more of like a greatest hits compilation. It had like a couple bonus joints that came on it. The dedicated joint, and I think there was a remix. There's a remix on here. I'm not sure what joint it is, but they're mainly all remixes, bonus stuff that you didn't get on the first two albums. But it had the dedicated joint on it, and I'll go ahead and show you. The track listing. So you got intro and the dedicated joint, Nickel Bags, Jettin', Where I'm From. I think the other joint they had was 3 Slims Dynamite. I think that was an extra joint that you got. But pretty cool to have, and I don't see this album too much, so when I saw it, I had to cop it. Next up, we got Digital Underground. This is an EP release. This was an EP that they put out in between their first two albums. It dropped back in 1991. Of course, you know, it had the single Same Song, which featured Tupac on it. So let's go ahead and check out the track listings on this one. All right, Same Song, Tie the Knot, The Way We Sing remix, Arguing on the Funk, Pack It Man. All right. Next up, Dilated Peoples, The Platform. This is their debut album. It was released back in 2000. They're out of Los Angeles, California. Group members are Evidence, Rocka, Ira Science, and DJ Babu. And just one thing I can't stress enough, you know what I'm saying, is Dilated Peoples is a hip-hop group. In 2016, they're a hip-hop group. I don't know if, you know, maybe there's, counting them, there's maybe 2 hip-hop groups these days. I'm talking about 2 MCs and a DJ. Just something that you don't see in 2016. And just gotta big up these dudes for that, man. But anyways, their solo album right here, or not solo, but their debut album right here. Let's take a look at the track listings. And I forgot about this album, man, because the track listings are like a train schedule on the front of the album. Like wherever you want to go, that's the track listing. Crazy. I actually came across the Platform CD single for Dilated Peoples, man. Caught it for $1. It's got a cool remix on it, I think. Let's check it out. Yeah, it's got the Platform remix. Annihilation and the Platform. Pretty dope to find, man. Alright, I got some more Dilated Peoples. This is their latest album. Latest studio album. Directors of Photography. And it dropped back in 2014. And like I said, man, they're a hip-hop group. 2 MCs and a DJ. Out of Cali at that. Let's take a look at the track listings. So there's the director chairs, Evidence, Babu, Raka. Man, they have some pretty dope production on this album. They had DJ Premier, Ninth Wonder, Evidence himself produced, The Alchemist produced on here. Diamond D also produces on here. Just a real solid album, man. You get a chance, check it out. Next up, DMX, and then there was X. This is DMX's third album, and it dropped back in 1999. Let's go ahead and take a track listing on this. Got the joint for $2 too. Alright, probably most known for the single Party Up. I think we've heard that a million times. But I thought this album was pretty solid. $1.95, man, why not? I'll take it. Alright, next up, Eazy-E. Straight off the streets of Mother Effing Compton. This album was released in 1995. There's a lot that went on with this album. I think it was originally supposed to be a double CD album release, but I guess we ended up getting a single CD LP release. I caught this for $4.99, and I'm going to say that it should have been his second studio album. I think it was released after his death, but it was pretty cool. I really liked the joint with MC Ren. Let's go ahead and take a look at the track titles. Alright, Sorry Louie, just to let you know. And the Mother Effing Real, man, with MC Ren is dope. R.I.P. Easy, man. Next up, Eric Sermon, No Pressure. This was his 1993 solo debut album right here. This album also contained the debut of Keith Murray on the joint Hostile. Let's go ahead and take a look at the track listings, man. Alright, the Payback 2, Stay Real, Hostile, Hitting Switches, The Ill Shit. I think that featured Cube and Cam. But this also had the bonus Female Species on it. I think the CD version was where you could only get that joint, I think. But, you know, speaks for itself. Dope solo release. Debut. It's a classic. Alright, I'm going to have to get out of here. I hope you enjoyed my latest CD pickup video. I got probably 2 more coming up real quick, but this one's ran a little too long, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off, and I will be back soon. And once again, man, I enjoy everybody checking out my vids, everybody commenting. I really appreciate it, man. I do this because I love music. I do this because I want to share. And until next time, man, this has been your host, Killer Tapes 93. See ya.